Hi, Sable May. I wanted to read you a book. This is called Good Night, Gorilla. It was one of your mom's very favorite books when she was your age. We read it a lot together. But first of all, I want to show you what a real gorilla looks like. And this is a gorilla family. You can see the mom and the dad gorilla together. And there is the little young gorilla. And this story that we're going to read is about a little gorilla that lives at a zoo. Oh, one more thing about this book. This book has a lot of the g sound for gorilla. G. I bet you know what this letter is. I'm going to write it down. G. 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 That letter says G, and you're going to hear the G. Gorilla and good night. You're going to hear G a lot in this book. Good night, gorilla. This is the zookeeper. He takes care of all the animals at the zoo. And this is that little mischievous gorilla. Let's see what he's gonna do in this book. Good night, gorilla. Good night, gorilla. Uh-oh, look. Look what he's doing. He's grabbing his keys. He got out of his cage. Good night, elephant. Uh-oh. What's that little gorilla gonna do? Good night, lion. He's got the keys. He's gonna let all of the other animals out. Good night, hyena. Good night, giraffe. Is he gonna let the hyena and the giraffe out too? Good night, armadillo. Oh boy. Where are all those animals going, Sable May? They're going into his house. They're sneaking in. He's getting ready for bed. Look at that tired little gorilla. He's yawning. He's tired. Good night, dear. Do you think she knows all the animals are in there? I don't think she does. She's gonna be surprised. Good night. 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 Hmm? She's very surprised. Look at all the animals. Here she goes. She's putting them all back to sleep in their own places in the zoo. Good night, Zoo. Look at that little gorilla. She doesn't know he's still with her. Oh, good night, dear. Good night. Look, here he comes. Good night, gorilla. Good night. The end. Good night, gorilla. Should we read it again? Let's read it again. Good night, gorilla. Good night, gorilla. He's got the keys. Good night, elephant. Is he gonna let the elephant out? Oh, that gorilla let the elephant out. Good night, lion. Here comes the lion. Good night, hyena. Good night, giraffe. Is he gonna let all of them out? Well, good night, armadillo. They're all going into the house. Here they go. That little gorilla is tired. And she is asleep. Is she gonna be surprised? Good night, dear. Good night. 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 She is very surprised. She's gonna put them all back to sleep in their own special place in the zoo. Good night, zoo. Except for the gorilla. Here he comes. Shh. He's telling us not to say anything because she doesn't know that he's there. And one thing I like about this picture is his little friend the mouse carrying a banana right behind him. Another yawn. Good night, dear. Good night. Look, here comes the baby gorilla and his friend the mouse climbing right in. Good night, gorilla. Good night. The end. I love that book, Sable May. I hope you enjoyed it too. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.